So let's talk about back pain, and specifically back pain as it is associated with your mattress and a few other things. But we'll start with the mattress. So one of the first questions I will ask potential clients when they call up with back pain, and they're asking me, and I'm kind of going through my spiel talking about the techniques that we use here to kind of relieve those things, is how old is your mattress? And everyone wants to kind of go quickly hurry through that one, or doesn't want to spend much time on that because of the cost that we can incur with a new mattress. And it's unfortunate because I would say 80% of the back issues that I come across could probably be made better, or if not completely eliminated, with just the simple swiping out of a mattress. You might say, why? Why does it really make that much of a difference what kind of mattress we're sleeping on? I wouldn't say it matters how much. The type of mattress doesn't matter how much as it does the age of the mattress and how long you've been sleeping on that mattress, as well as your total weight, how many people are sleeping in that mattress, how many hours you spend sleeping in the mattress, things like that. So the wear and tear on that. And what happens is, if you think about it and you go home, if you've had your mattress for a period of time, if you go and lay on one side of the bed and roll across that bed, you're gonna feel variations in the firmness in different areas. What will happen over time is, based on your compensation and the position your body wants to be in when you sleep, which is all driven by compensation patterns and the body trying to get in its most relaxed state. Once you get in that most relaxed state and you continuously sleep in that position night after night after night, after a number of years, if you have a good amount of weight to you, even if you don't with some of the cheaper mattresses, you're going to start to compress that mattress in a very set pattern. Think of it as a cookie cutter. Every time you lay on that mattress, your body's getting pushed into this compensated position, which will just further complicate things and further push that spine into a position that is causing you, or potentially causing you, the back pain. So if your mattress, depending on the quality of the mattress and how firm it is, some of them can break down as quick as a year. Some of the more expensive ones you can get a little more time out of. I'm a big fan of the Sleep Number. I prefer firmer. And with that, I know I can kind of gauge its firmness. It's also based on an air bladder, so it's not going to wear down like some of these other pillow top or spring-loaded mattresses are going to. So you get a lot more miles out of the Sleep Number mattress, even though it is a little more expensive up front. But you want to check in on that. And I would definitely make that investment first before you go exploring all these different therapies, trying to address what is going on with the back. Because if you're in sleeping, and again, that kind of that cookie cutter being forced into that position, where you're always in that compensation pattern that your body created to deal with its issues, it's going to be problematic long-term for you. So try a new mattress, exercise for sure, and then if none of that works, then give me a call or shoot me a text, and I'd love to talk you through what else you might have going on. Let's talk shoes briefly. We're not going to dive too deep on this one, but shoes as it relates to pain through the rest of your body. So there is hundreds of different types of shoes out there. This is a nice fancy one I think I pulled off of Amazon this particular month. Minimal, kind of barefoot kind of approach. Minimal meaning there's not a whole lot of structure to this, very flexible shoe. It doesn't have a whole lot of padding on the inside, which I prefer because of the way that allows the rest of my body to move. One thing that you want to watch with some of the shoes out there, actually all shoes, even these I replace every 2 months because there isn't a whole lot of structure to actually wear down. But similar with your mattress, if you're constantly putting pressure down through these shoes in the same pattern that you have been for 3, 4, 6 months, 500 miles, how many, if you, depending, some of my clients track their shoe age by how many miles they put on them. If there's a wear pattern in that shoe on the inside, in the cushion, how it holds your body, that's going to constantly reinforce how the rest of your body moves. So you may be undergoing care for, say, back pain or shoulder pain or neck pain, and that's not resolving, or not getting as good as you think it should be. Taking a look at your shoes and how often you swap them out could be a big help in all those areas. Because even if you address some of the issues and these compensation patterns and you start to correct things and you're under care for these things, if every time you get off the table or get out of that treatment and you're putting your same shoes back on, those shoes with that wear pattern are going to force you back into that compensation pattern that you were in before that led to the pain. So definitely worth taking a look at. If you're not swapping out your shoes, at least, again, this is just a general rule of thumb, if you're not super active on your feet all day, you could probably get away with a pair of shoes for about 3 months. If you've got any weight to you, or if you're mildly overweight, or you're doing any kind of running, then I would take a look at swapping those shoes out at least once a month, because any type of compensation pattern that builds up in the shoe is going to affect every other joint through the rest of the body.